Okay, so we're catching audio somewhere. I'm just not sure if it's coming through, so we're double checking that right now. Live with that. We're on.
All right, we're there.
We're in.
We just got to get our smiling faces on there.
We're going to get our smiling faces up there, and we'll be ready to roll.
How far in were we into the stream?
I don't know, about 3 minutes.
All right, so I can let people know.
Yeah. Let's go here.
Yeah, there we are again.
Hi.
Sorry for the delay. We had a volume issue, which, what we were talking about, we started off nice before we figured out.
Yeah, I don't know, something. You're Trumpy today.
Oh, that you got a fresh new haircut.
Yes.
And I'm Trumpy. I'm kind of Trumpy today. I'm working, volunteering up to the Jackson GOP office in the Trump Tower campaign today till 2 until the stream, and then tomorrow until 2. But let me tell you. So, anyways, I don't know how I'm going to be more Trumpy than I am today. Tomorrow, I might have out-Trumped myself. I should have been this Trumpy.
I can find a porn star you could pay off.
No.
Oh, oops.
I should have been this Trumpy tomorrow, but I'll figure out a way to be Trumpy tomorrow.
Yeah,
up here in the Trump Tower. So, we're staffed by wonderful office volunteers, and gosh, we've been doing this since late June.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
6 days a week with volunteers, and I'd pop in and work when somebody had a doctor's appointment or whatever. I'm up here every day anyhow. But tomorrow, so many of our volunteers are either election inspectors, poll watchers, poll challengers for tomorrow's election. And Kevin, I got to talk about how wonderful that is after we talk about how fast Monday came around.
Yeah, fucking Monday came.
And that I'm Russ, your host, and this is Kevin.
Oh yeah, we never did that.
The host.
This is the Stick to Plan podcast. It says so
there. And we're low budget, but we're actually a pretty good podcast.
Yeah, we've kind of pulled it together last second. We're real good at that.
Yeah. I had a guest. First, it was John Smith. Yeah. And he decided he's going to go to Florida and didn't tell me.
What if he's hanging out with Graham Betty?
Yeah. And then yesterday I thought, let's get Lance Lashway on here.
Lance is always a good time.
Guess what? I think Lance is our highest viewed stream we ever had.
It's up there. He's up there.
He was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lance, of all people.
I know, of all people.
He was running for county commission down in Hillsville at the time, and a lot of people hated him. And so,
hate watch is still watch.
So haters watch. They do today. My haters are watching.
I hope so. Hi, haters.
Hi, haters. Welcome to the Stick to the Plan podcast.
Yeah, my haters don't watch my show or this show very often. They watch my other show a lot, but
what they do. My haters do. They wait for the clip. That's why I haven't did a clip in a while.
They're lazy.
I make them watch the whole stream and find what I'm going to talk about. But half our viewers are haters, I think.
Like I said, a hate watch is still it's still a view.
It's still a view. Yeah,
absolutely.
But back to election inspectors, poll watchers, and challengers.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you what, the GOPs around the country, or around the state, and the Michigan GOP, we have been asking and begging people to step up and be poll watchers, poll challengers, and bigger yet, more important, election inspectors. Oh, yeah. Election inspectors are the employees.
Those are the ones that get paid, right?
Yeah, it's those old people when you go into the to vote. Got those old people that fill out the form and all that.
Half of them are crabby. The other one are really nice.
Yeah. We've stepped up. We've got, I guess, Detroit's looking good.
Nice.
With Republican poll watchers, challengers, and inspectors. We had to sue them.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Rob Steele mentioned that. We had to sue them to make it equal Democrats and Republicans. I looked at every county, every township in Jackson County. They send the county chairs who's the election inspectors. And it looked pretty good, even all the way down. The city was a little off kilter. Right? And so the Michigan GOP has a whole election integrity team, and they told me to forward all of our election inspector information to them because they were going to cross-reference to make sure they're truly Republicans.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's been a big push.
Statewide.
Yeah, everyone's been pushing that, and I'm so glad. there should be a vetting process in that. If you ask me.
There should be, because I think in the past, I'm a Republican, I'll be inspector, and that could be fine. But that's how the shitty ones get in.
Yeah.
And do shitty stuff.
Yeah, that's how it becomes not too big.
So I sent that over to the election integrity team, all townships in the city. But I did mention how out of 98 election inspectors for the city of Jackson, there are only 36 Republicans.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
So now no one's answering me. That could be just because the Republicans didn't apply for the job. And that's why, or they could be being shitty, because you can't hardly trust the city clerk.
No.
I think these township clerks you can trust. They're honest.
Well, because they're a little bit closer to the people.
They do. Everybody, you can know them.
That's your neighbor. That's your.
They're elected, and the city clerk is appointed by the city council. She's an employee.
Heard that.
Yes,
yeah.
It changes the game when you're appointed rather than if you're elected. That's stupid.
Yeah, there's no. I don't even know. There's no. I can't even think of the word now. Pride in the position, I guess, is a good way to put it.
Well, the price should be, I don't know, the 80,000 or 85,000 a year that city. I don't know what she makes. It's all those city head honchos make 80 plus a year. So
yeah, but
there should be pride in that.
Yeah, but when you are elected and you're
right.
You're held more accountable for your position.
I think so. The Leone Township clerk. You can trust her. You can trust her team.
Yeah.
There might be a level of incompetence in some of these township clerks. I like Cindy out in Leone a lot.
I don't think it's so much the clerk. Maybe it's the people under her as well.
I think the state of Michigan, they need better clerk courses a little bit. They're trained by the Bureau of Elections that's ran by the state secretary of state, which is
we can trust her.
Our girl Jocelyn Benson's gig there.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the county clerk, and she says a lot of times it comes down to resources. They get resources from the state that the county and the townships can't provide. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think our elections going into this one compared to 2020 are way more secure. Don't listen to the bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Don't. I've been bringing him up a lot, but Scott McMahon from Bigger Truth show, has been talking a lot about General Flynn and the groups of people who really are anti-MAGA.
Yeah,
and they're trying to convince you that things are fucked up and discourage you to go vote. And I'm not all the way there, but I have a feeling a lot of that is the case.
Well, I agree. I watch these political ads because on like the free streaming stuff, like the Tubies and stuff, I watch a lot of my movies. At first, it was all Kamala.
Yeah.
Now there's quite a bit of Trump stuff. Actually, just saw a Mike Rogers ad with his wife.
So, I think
the Republican ones are not. They're all about. They've been pushing the early voting. And
yes.
The Democrat ones, they don't even mention it.
Well, they've already had it. They've already secured it. That has been a big push on Republicans, and we've done a wonderful job. I got to thank everybody that stepped up across the state that has embraced this and went at it. That's how you keep things fair.
Yeah,
you got to be part of the action.
Absolutely. I mean, I really dove after the Rob Steele interview. I really dove into the consent decree information, and like it literally, I encourage people to go and read this. It makes no sense.
We were hampered for 30 years, and people don't usually know that. And I don't know what episode you can reference to that, Kevin.
It's the Rob Steele episode, 3 episodes ago. So
you got some time. Go to that episode and learn a little bit from Dr. Rob Steele, who is a RNC committee man for the state of Michigan, elected by the precinct delegates of the state of Michigan. Rob rocks.
Yeah, I know he's awesome. I love Rob.
Yeah, he does. And he explained it that the RNC legally couldn't be involved in election integrity situations. It was up to the states.
Episode 35.
Episode 35. I'd watch that one before I'd watch this string, probably.
Yeah, even if you don't want to go back and watch the episode, just Google this consent decree. It will come up. You'll see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of dissent decrees out there.
Yeah, but you type in the Republican.
Oh.
Yeah, blah blah blah, and it'll come up. You'll find it. It's big.
It's simply amazing that the biggest political party in the nation, one of two, could not deal in any manner with election integrity for 30 years.
We pretty much couldn't even bring up the words.
No, Rob Steele said that. They put him in a room when he was elected and said, you can't even talk about this.
Nope.
Now, the states could. Now I'm a political...
Well, they didn't.
I'm a political insider. Man, I didn't know that until last spring. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, until Rob Steele told us about it before.
Rob Steele's been on the show twice. Yeah. Boy, that's a smart guy. I like him a lot. Hey, by the way, do you know today at 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
During the stream is a MAGA rally.
Yeah.
At the corner of East Washington and Cooper.
Oh, right there. Well,
yeah,
right there.
Across from the Dallenberger.
Oh.
If you're watching live right now, get in your freaking car, get across the street from the Dallenberger with your Trump sign, your Trump flag, your track banner, whatever you got. Get down here. It's a good time. Couple hours, 5 o'clock. We're out of there.
Before you do that, download the Rumble app and watch us on your phone while you're down there, though.
Be sweet.
Yeah. That way you can kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, most of us watch the replays.
I know, but I'm trying to.
But, we do have a MAGA rally, and I've been to every one of our MAGA rallies because I'm usually the organizer of them. And guess what? I won't be there.
No. We got shit to do today.
2 problems. Stick to the Plan podcast runs till 3:30. And then my father, your grandpa.
Yep.
20 years of service. Allegansy Township, zoning administrator and supervisor. His last meeting as township supervisor after retirement, he's retiring, is tonight.
Yeah, and he's way past wanting to retire. How many times has he wanted it out running?
4 years ago says, I'm not doing this. And he did.
Yeah, he's not a young man.
He fell into that. He had been retired a few years from his career. And, extra old people money. He became the worked for the county surveyor.
Yeah, I remember that.
He used to talk about, and it's true. You get some of these rural counties. He's in Branch County. Jackson's the same way. You drive down a country road and you see an old dirt driveway or cement driveway. You can't believe some of the homes that are built that you don't know nothing about.
Yeah, those lakes down there and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Swamps, this, that. He used to enjoy it. But anyways, like a position for a zoning administrator in his township came up. And somehow he thought he was qualified to be a zoning administrator.
Which apparently he was.
Maybe, apparently. They probably sent him a couple of special classes. And he became the township zoning administrator. And then he became the Ovid township zoning administrator. He was doing a twofer, which those zoning administrator guys do that.
Yeah.
And then, like the township supervisor got sick or died or quit or something. Nobody wanted a freaking job. So he took it. And then he's now served 3 terms.
Oh.
I'm not certain, but I think he told me he's never once bought a yard sign.
He probably didn't have to. There's only 6 people in Ovid Township. So
Allegansy Township. Allegansy Township.
Oh, Allegansy Township.
Now, I think he's had opponents. I think one year he didn't have an opponent. And then he did. And, he didn't campaign. Yeah, either they're going to elect me or not. He really didn't go out to look for the job to begin with.
No, you fall into it. I mean,
but anyways,
I know a guy that fell into the Jackson Republican Committee chairperson.
I did. I didn't want this gig.
No, I remember you specifically told me, I'll be the co-chair. It's fine.
I wanted to be the vice chair.
Yeah,
it was you got a sweet title, and you do like nothing.
Yeah, and then when shit goes on, that's the
you deal with what you want to deal with, and then when it's something you don't want to deal with, you just say, hey, let that guy deal with it.
Yeah.
The chairman, you deal with everything. Everything. So not only, but anyways, tonight's his last meeting.
Yes.
So congratulations,
Gramps.
Congratulations, my dad and your grandpa, Russ Jennings, for 20 years of community service in Allegansy and Ovid Township.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's impressive. Good job. We're proud of him on that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only reason he's retiring is, one, it's been 20 years. And, he ain't getting around too good anymore.
Yeah, he's been up and down the last 2 years.
I think he's physically fine.
Yeah.
He's mentally sharp. unlike a couple people I know his age. But he just doesn't get around too well. He's got some back and knee problems, old people shit,
Yeah, and he just wants to enjoy retirement.
I get that. But then I also think, sometimes when you don't have things to do, sometimes old people get older.
Yeah. That's my grandma on the other side. Like, she's not doing as much as she used to, and you can see her getting older.
She's like,
now she's 92.
She's 900.
she's older than God. So it's bound to happen. She's in Miami now. So
in Miami. I don't think old people go to Miami. They go to Sarasota.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now it's safe in Miami because they didn't get torn up by hurricanes.
Oh.
Where the rest. But yeah, that's 2 years in a row she'd be down in Miami.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. But I'm assuming with Uncle Fred, it's
all good.
They're in a nice community.
Good for her.
She needs a vacation. I need a vacation.
Yeah, I took Steve with her. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here.
Oh yeah.
Got Kevin taking care of the dogs.
Yep, that's easy.
Yeah,
roly poly.
Get to hang out over on Flansburgh Road.
Yeah, eat all her food.
Yeah, she's got.
She
food.
did. She cooked for 3 days to make sure I had food.
Yeah. Make sure. That's so. Should I stop over and get something to eat?
I mean, we got some good stuff. I won't tell if you don't tell.
All right. Back to my chair thing.
Yes.
You're right. I remember back when I was just an executive committee member, and I took it seriously. I stayed busy on the things I wanted to stay busy on.
Yeah.
The things I was interested in. And then I became treasurer, and I pretty much did the same thing then.
Uh-huh.
But I had to take care of the money.
Right.
Make deposits, and they got this damn thing they call Mertz report.
Yeah.
You got to report to the state of Michigan. But Kevin, I think I've said it before. I was a Tino.
Treasurer in name only.
Treasurer in name only.
I have adopted that into so many new situations.
I know it because I had Karen Wooten, the deputy treasurer,
right,
who did all the work. Now, the reason why I did that is because I wanted to be an officer, and officers in the county GOP then automatically are members of every subcommittee. And I want to be a member on every subcommittee because I want to show up and say, hey, this is a good idea or that's a bad idea.
Right.
And they couldn't tell me to F off. Well, because that's I had some subcommittee chairs in the previous administration that would tell you to do that.
Oh, no.
And so I held that position for 2 years. Actually, I learned a lot. I could be a treasurer anywhere.
I mean, the treasurer is not like a accountant.
No, you just here's how much money we have. This is how much money we don't have.
Yeah.
Anytime we need to spend some money, we ask the treasurer, hey, do we have any money? But that reporting was something. But I learned a lot. There are some ins and outs. The treasurer of a county party is solely responsible for any mess ups.
Really?
So if there's a complaint or what am I thinking here?
Discrepancy?
Campaign finance complaint.
Yeah.
And the party's found guilty. The treasurer has to pay that out of. They're responsible, not the party.
Well, that makes sense.
So there's a lot of responsibility here.
Right.
So sometimes the treasurer can be a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah.
Because you go to the treasurer, hey, we want to do this hokey with the money, this, that, nothing bad. And she says sometimes, no, that's a violation of campaign finance laws.
Right.
You're like, oh.
So even if your chair, who technically is the head of your thing, insists on it and does it anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the treasurer's problem. It's
the treasurer's problem. We had a previous treasurer who neglected to do a pre-campaign finance report.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, the state of Michigan got real mad. They don't even investigate. They said, okay, there's 1,000. 1,000? So
they don't even look into it. They're like, no, it's just $1,000.
I ended up taking her position as treasurer because she fucked up. And it was $1,000. The party covered 500 and she covered the other 500 because she admitted that. Listen, I shouldn't be talked too bad about her. It was during COVID. I think he had COVID a couple of times. She had a dad that was in bad shape, and she just forgot. She's not a dumb person. She's actually pretty smart, and she just didn't. She said, "Hey, I'll cover 5. You guys cover the other 5." So we covered. So I always tell Karen, I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll cover it. She'll say no.
You're like,
if it's even slightly close to, it might be an issue. Most treasurers will say no.
That's probably a good idea.
And it keeps you above board.
Yeah.
It's usually goofy things like cash donations and things you can't accept.
It's probably hard to keep track of shit like that anyway.
It's a pain in the ass. Matter of fact, Karen and I have talked about other counties have done this. It's so hard. It's more difficult as a county party to raise money and spend money that a lot of counties create their own pact.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. The restrictions for spending the money are looser. And then that pact has nothing to do with the county party. And then you can support candidates you want and all that shit.
That's what Elon did.
Well, it could be just like me and Karen. We don't even need a board of directors. We don't need an executive committee. Just, hey, give us money because we're cool. And then we'll give this to good candidates.
Oh.
So anyway, we've talked about it. Lenaway's got one. Our
Oh.
boy, Todd Gilman. I should have asked Todd to be on this.
Todd would have been fun. That's always fun.
I didn't even think of Todd. When Lance, well, we really wanted Lance.
Yeah, I know.
But I was thinking, who could I have? Because now Lance ain't coming. I should have thought of Todd. I'm sorry, Todd. Todd's my boy, man. We're like the same age and shit. We're on the Grand New Party Pack together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm learning. Well, going back when they asked me to be on the Grand New Party Pack, I took it for a lot of reasons because I want to learn how PACs work.
Right.
In case I want to create my own.
Yeah, I understand that. Ever since the Grand New Party kind of became a thing on the show and in the area, I've looked into PACs, exactly what they were, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So the Grand New Party Pack created Delegates for Trump.
Yeah.
And they've got all kinds of cool stuff. It's really to help delegates and people new or been around a while to figure out how to become a good activist, Republican activist.
Absolutely.
And we've donated money to several school board candidates. We don't got a gob of money, or else we would have given more. But several around the state school board candidates. I had an opportunity to get two Jackson area school board candidates donations from Grand New Party.
Hell yeah.
And they were like thrilled. By the way, Gina Hastings for Jackson Public School District and Nate Edwards for Northwest School District. They both rock. I like Nate a lot.
I've seen a lot of Nate Edwards signs out that way.
Nate ain't messing around when it comes to signs.
No, I had to drive out to Rise Junction for some reason. And that's everywhere I turn.
You know, he lost a few years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he came back and he says, I'm winning this. And I think he will.
Got this.
But, he's got a bit of a name for himself now. He's an executive committee member here on the Jackson GOP. And then he just is at every school board meeting. And it takes a while. I ran 3 times for stuff.
Yeah.
I ran for county commission in an open primary against Corey Kennedy for county commission.
Yeah.
And he beat me. And then I ran for treasurer for the township.
Yep.
And she beat me. Which is both of them beat me. Now I look back, I'm fine with that. Especially Corey.
Yeah.
Corey's a great county commissioner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And our treasurer Leonie, she does her job just fine, probably better than I could. I don't always agree with her votes. She's voted for the new park and on and on. But doesn't make her a terrible person. She knows how to be treasurer. So that's always good. But this trustee thing's coming up tomorrow. Yeah, I think I got it in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, I voted for you.
Oh, yeah.
I did early voting.
I did Thursday.
I did Friday.
I waited 40 minutes at Blackman at 1:30 in the afternoon.
I was about the same. Mine was about 2:30.
I'm getting even more numbers how difficult it is for an independent to win in Jackson County. And
I think overall it's hard for an independent to win. I mean, how many independents are there? I mean,
well, and it
Bernie
says
Sanders.
When you look at the ballot, it's got us all listed, and then it says nonpartisan, no party affiliation candidate.
Yeah.
And so my phone rang quite a bit yesterday. People asking questions about where to vote and how to vote. Because it is confusing, because all week long you had these remote locations. I went to the township, and then
it's a new thing.
It is, and my phone would ring, not as a candidate, mostly as a county chair, and I would explain it. Of course, give me an opportunity, and I'd be like, if they're from Leonie, and which a couple were. I said, make sure you vote for Russ Jennings, and they all said, "What? You're Republican, right?" I go, "Yeah, we're voting all red."
Well, and that's one thing is with independents is anyone that votes a straight ticket,
they're out.
Yeah, that doesn't even. Yeah, what do you say, 10-15%?
Well, the Mark Rogers campaign people were here in Jackson. Mike Rogers campaign. We're here. I had a meeting with. They were meeting with every county chair, talking about strategies.
Right.
And they were like numbers guys, data guys, and stuff.
Yeah.
And after we were all said and done, I talked about Jackson County and Leone Township. And now they don't know enough. Statewide, it's 30%.
Really?
30% are straight ticket voters.
See, I didn't know there was that many straight ticket voters.
So they told me, listen, you can easily, especially if you're in a Republican district like Leone Township or a Republican Township, you can easily consider. They have a 10 or 15% threshold to overcome.
I believe it. Yeah.
You know? So that leaves just the 4 Republicans that'll probably be sitting on that board, and then I beat the person under me by 94 votes. So even if that
you came in third, right?
Yeah, out of 4. And even if that independent worked, which he didn't,
he'll just boot the bottom guy.
Yeah, there was no work. There was no work from any of the Leone Township candidates. None.
No.
Matt Horning might have, I don't know, 25, 30 signs out. If there's 50, I'd be amazed. That's it. And so he didn't work hard enough to make it as an independent candidate. And if he did, it was just knock the next candidate out, more than likely. Numbers would tell you more than likely, and that's Mike Hill.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. They're coming at me kind of hard. They really don't want me on that board, Kevin. It's real bad.
Which, to me, is more of a reason to put you on that board because.
Yeah.
What's the reason? Why? What kind of secret squirrel shit's going on?
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, maybe. What I hear all the time is people are tired of 99% of the time, if not more. It's always a unanimous vote. No opposition. Now, Ron Kinch will provide the most opposition.
Right.
All right. I think him and I are the most politically aligned. He doesn't think so, but we are. He'll give the most opposition, but then when the vote comes down, he just votes with them all the time.
Huh.
And I'm like, how can this be all the time? That's the biggest complaint I hear from citizens.
No, that makes sense. That seems odd. I mean, you do want both sides of the ticket there. I mean, both sides of the
You know what? I think 90% or more of the time, it's routine stuff. You're all going to agree. It's probably more than that.
Get it off the books.
It is. You know, hey, we're going to give the sewer plant guys more money. It's out of the sewer plant budget. Of course. There it is. Boom. It's routine stuff. Yeah. But then there's issues that, whoa.
Ew.
That's usually a Kevin thing.
Yeah.
I turned that mic around today because, it still works. There's things that come up that y'all can't agree on as much as y'all agree on. You know, Kevin, too, I'm not unreasonable. I have roads, freaking roads, man.
That simple.
Freaking roads. We got all this marijuana money that we buy nice stuff, but are they necessary? We're not fixing the hole in the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're putting on the new porch.
Putting on a new deck, man.
New deck, but you still got a hole.
And I'll start with roads and their reluctancy to work with the county at all is just amazing to me. And I think a lot of that has to do is they hate Corey Kennedy. It's not the county commission as much as they dislike Corey.
And then that's crazy. I mean, Corey can be a little brash.
Yeah.
But one thing about him is he gets things done.
I'll tell you what, we know Corey personally.
Yeah.
And but when you see him give a presentation at the township board meetings or even at the county commission, he's the most professional guy there is. Thing is that he comes at you hard. He comes at you solid with the facts.
Yeah, the day he was on the show, it was, this is what it is.
And sometimes that solid with the facts, you don't like to hear.
Yeah. And I mean, I've ran into that in my personal life so much where I'm just bluntly like honest about everything. And I mean, we all want that in politics. Unfortunately, it's not. Everybody plays that, excuse me. just like with you said Ron Kinch, you know, throw the opposition, but then vote with everybody. You know, and
now maybe that's after the spirited debate from the other board members, and he changed his mind. But I have that hard to believe. I don't get it. No, they're very proud, and they should be, at the necessary improvements that they had to do to the wastewater treatment plant that was ignored for years.
Yeah.
And then maintenance on the the sewer lines, this and that. We've spent a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
And it needed to be done. They're thinking I'm going to come in and just destroy that. I'm like this about the sewer rates.
Aren't you on sewer where you live?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
listen, we all pay the sewer rates. We don't like them. But I get it. I get it. And citizens complain about the sewer rates a lot, and I don't blame them. But I get it. It's got to be updated, and upkeep needs to be, maintenance has to be done routinely.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. They claim that previous boards neglected and didn't charge enough, and on and on. Maybe that's right. But let me tell you, 2 of the people sitting on the current township board have been on it for 8 years.
Yeah.
But they didn't notice that in their first term. Yeah, I that's a big question. And then some of their pals, one of them is on the planning commission. She was part of that previous board. So they're buddies. So I mean, it's
short-sighted.
Listen, quit pointing the finger. It doesn't matter. Things are messed up. Sewer was, and they've done a lot of work. And I'm not going to go on there and disrupt any of that.
No. And why would you? It wouldn't make any sense in the long run.
No.
I mean, this is, like you said, it's things that need to be done. If the previous boards didn't adjust for inflation or this or that, just want to keep everything the same, then that's a problem. That's if it's been fixed.
Well,
then it's been
one
fixed.
of the previous board members owned several properties around the township, and he probably just didn't like to pay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was a tight ass lately. He just didn't like to pay. He's long gone, thankfully. He's in big trouble from what I hear.
Yeah.
No, it sucks. He was my political mentor. He brought me into the Jackson GOP.
A lot of people didn't like him either, though.
No, they didn't.
He was not widely liked.
And truthfully, like I said, I actually am relieved that he had moved away. It changes things.
Yeah.
He was a piece of work. I'll tell you that. But that's only one vote. The rest of them decided to not charge enough too.
Yeah,
including that previous board member that sits on the planning commission now.
Right.
All right. I'd like to know what the votes were on that. I bet it was unanimous.
I'm betting, like you said, 99% of the stuff was unanimous, which I'm sure that actually is more common than you think. But
most stuff is routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is difficult. The replacement of the Leone Township parking lot, I think it was in pretty bad shape. I don't know. To me, it was. It needed to just throw some goop down and
I remember
paint
the
some
last
lines,
time they did that. Actually, because my grandmother had the senior nutrition site at the township hall.
Yeah.
And I was stoked because I would go there in the summer because she didn't,
That is a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. I was in middle school maybe, and I was stoked because I could ride my rollerblades all around there.
Well, it's going to be real nice to rollerblade on now.
Yeah, except rollerblade very often.
Croswick's done a wonderful job.
And of course it was Croswick.
Well, let's talk about that though. Do you know that was paid for with COVID money?
Yeah, I remember you said that.
All right. Every municipality got piles of COVID money. And man, when they say we're going to give your township, we're still paying it. Grants and you're still paying. I don't know. Could we have done something else with it? How bad was the parking lot? I don't really know. I guess if I was on the board at the time, I'd have gone out, looked at the parking lot, and say, "Yeah, I guess it's beyond repair."
Yeah,
I couldn't have been repaired again. It cost. By the way, I heard it was $160K.
I forget what imagine that's a big lot.
Could we have spent $20,000? But here's the biggest problem.
Did they expand that lot into the back at all?
No. By the way, they bought all that property back, all Buzzard's old property. They own the whole swamp and the trees and everything back there. The South Lakeside property on the backside.
Really?
Between Grove and South Lakeside. They bought all that. with weed money.
Oh.
I don't know what they're going to do with it, but they didn't expand the lot anymore. But they
park in the grass every time there's something big going on.
I don't let them park in the grass. I don't want to spend no money.
Right.
I'm paving the
whole thing.
But
if they're going to do it, they didn't even.
Well, all right. So they replace it. But, they chose election season to do it.
Yep, of course.
My phone was ringing off the hook. Once again, not as a candidate, as the Jackson County Republican Committee chair. People Google, and I'm sure the Democratic chair was getting the same thing. And I'm sure the clerk's phone was ringing off the hook about how to drop off the absentee ballots. And they pretty much have access to do so, but it was very confusing. Old people were having a tough time with that.
Yeah. I think old people overall are having a tough time, but not like, what do you mean? I shouldn't vote on election day.
Well, old people are the ones that embraced absentee voting a long time ago and then dropping it off or mailing it, because they don't want to go down there. But it was a mess, very confusing. And no one wants to admit that they might have screwed up and did that at a bad time. And the township supervisor told me that they had to spend it before the first of the year or lose it.
Right.
And that the asphalt plants, he said asphalt plants close in November. Well, I don't know of any part of that that's asphalt. It's all concrete. They pour concrete all winter long now, for the most part.
I didn't know that asphalt plants close in November.
I did know no asphalt plants do close down. Concrete plants used to, but you at this time anymore they pour all year round. It slows down, but they pour all year round. But anyways, they chose election season. And that's what he tells me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And him and the clerk said that the whole project will be done by election day. And there's good news on that front.
Yes.
I think. But Grandpa Russ, the Allegansee Township supervisor, calls me on the phone when I expressed my concern on the Facebook. Calls me on the phone. He says, what are you talking about? I said, well, they had to do the project before the first of the year. He goes, no, they don't. You had to the first of the year to sign a contract with the contractors to complete to allocate the funds. You had 2 years past the first of the year to complete the project. Okay. So, Grandpa, smartest township supervisor I've ever met.
Yeah.
20 years.
I haven't met very many, but yeah, definitely.
I double checked into it with people smarter than me, and that is the case. Huh. Okay, I wasn't just going to take his word for it, although no. I pretty much could have.
Yeah.
So here's the point: either they lied or they're incompetent,
or both.
Or both.
It could be.
How can you be that incompetent? You got a team of attorneys that work for the township. You got a township administrator that I like a lot. I know he's smart.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know where the problem is here. They picked election season. Now, okay, whatever. There was access to drop off your ballot. It was confusing. We got through it. It's way easier now. I took a picture of the drop box all crooked on a piece of concrete in the back. But, it was whatever. You could drop your ballot off. It looks secure.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I was out checking my yard signs, and I went by the township hall. And you know what? I think it's almost done. I think tomorrow. I don't know how long it is.
They said it'd be done by tomorrow, right?
I know, but I doubt. As of Friday, that whole north side of the township hall was torn up.
Oh, I don't make it over there very often anymore. So,
and I was like, oh, there ain't no way they're going to have this done by Tuesday. My God, is that going to be a mess? But I went by yesterday. And it was all Krozik was there yesterday late.
Oh,
Krozik.
Well, he probably put his foot down and said, okay, we got to get this shit done.
They knew. But now I think you're not going to be parked over there. I don't know how long it takes once concrete's poured before you can drive on it. Someone says 7 days, but I really think it's just a day or two. I don't know.
I have no idea.
But it's not done all the way to the end. So I think there's plenty of parking out back in the grass. There's plenty of parking on the south side of the township. Everybody's going to be able to park. And I think maybe people will be able to exit out that side.
Okay.
It's not poured all the way to the edge. By the way, it looks great.
I'm sure it looks great. I mean, Krozik does do good work. I mean,
Krozik is the king of concrete.
Yeah. He lives right there.
Now, when I had my incident with the township supervisor, he kind of tried to blame Krozik.
But Karasik wasn't the one. He wasn't the one that said we got to do it during election season.
They could have waited till next spring.
It's every 4 years, and this is one of the most pivotal.
Well, we have elections throughout the 4-year period, but it's so huge tomorrow.
This is a pivotal and one of the most important elections of my lifetime for sure.
So I hate to say it, Kevin, the responsibility of all this falls on the township clerk, Cindy Norris, not even on the supervisor.
Right.
She's responsible for people to vote.
Yeah.
That's what she's job. And to tell you the truth, her authority on that supersedes the supervisor, the administrator, anybody. She is responsible solely for the elections. Now, I'm not saying she's in violation here. It sounds to me, all right, people got they complain, but there's a way to do it.
Right.
But to me, if I was the clerk, as soon as I found out, hey, we're going to do this project now, I'd be like, no, you can't do this now.
Yeah. Can we wait till spring?
And if the supervisor said, well, you got no choice, that's what we're going to do, I would have been adamant that we are not doing this now.
Yeah, that's.
And I don't know if that happened or whatever. The supervisor can be a bully. So maybe I don't know. I'd have lost, I would have been.
I feel like there probably wasn't as much opposition to it as
there should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, guys, we're through that. Tomorrow is election day.
Yeah. Big election.
Polls everywhere. If you're in Leone Township, you're going to be able to vote. You're going to be able to park. I guess 50% of the voters have already voted.
I was reading some things. That's a large amount, and it's looking. It's making Democrats very nervous right now.
So I think we've kicked their ass in early voting.
As it's what it looks like in the early polls from what I've seen.
And they're the kings of early voting.
Yeah,
they're the ones that created it.
Well, that's because they had no opposition on it. It's really easy to win a race when you're not running against anyone,
Yeah. Kevin, I'm on the calls 2-3 days times 2-3 days a week for all kinds of political election stuff right now. Man, things are looking good. It sounds like we're a lock on the state house.
That's good news.
Me telling you that doesn't mean not to go vote.
No.
Please.
Don't take it for granted.
We need to vote like we're 5 points down.
Yes.
But it sounds like we're going to secure the state house. My God, Kevin, I think that's as important as electing Donald Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, we live here. The Whitmer administration and all her Democrat friends in the state house and Senate, they control it all. We need, we're not going to get nothing done, but we can stop them. We can stop their shit.
Yeah. At least, yeah. And I think that's the big thing is just stopping their shit.
Do you know what they're going to do before that? Lame duck season.
Oh, lame.
January. So they could lose tomorrow. The Democrats are at the state house. They got till January to screw up as much shit and cram through as much crap as they can. It's not going to be pretty.
No, and I think we see it. We're going to see it at every level too. The lame duck season is going to be big.
Same thing with, we have the U.S. House. So we just need to secure that, maybe secure the lead with a couple more seats. So we don't have to worry about a lame duck in the U.S. House. But the state house, oh, man, those three levels of government are going to run amok for 3 months.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to take years. So we secure the state house. Then we can't even unravel all the shit they've done to us for 2 years.
It's going to take a long time.
Until two years from now, right? Yeah, 2 years from now, we go into the governor's race, and hopefully we get the state Senate back,
right?
Where Jonathan Lindsay can get some shit done, and hopefully we win the governor's race. Then it'll take a decade to unravel all the shit the Democrats done.
I've said that before.
Last 4 years.
It's well into a decade, I think, to fix anything.
Now,
small things maybe, but
I think the Republicans, once and if we finally take everything back in 2 years, we'll systematically start eliminating the most serious crap that's pending and ruining our state.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way. And Jonathan Lindsay put a Senate floor clip out 3-4 months ago about how we're losing residents because of the policies that the Democrats have put in place. We've been a net loss state for quite some time, but they won't even embrace any way to get people to come to Michigan and stay in Michigan. None at all. I don't know what that is.
That is strange. I mean, losing population is never good in any situation. And
we spend top three amount in the country on public schools, and have like the lower top 10 in results.
Oh, I believe it.
We have the dumbest kids and spend the most money.
Oh, yeah.
Our education system is pure shit.
Yeah, our public education system has been an issue for a long time. And
they keep throwing money at it, and it keeps getting worse. Look at some of these schools. They're Taj Mahals.
Yeah.
By the way, Kevin, I had to come here to Trump Tower today, and I went down the Wildwood in front of Jackson High School.
Yes.
You know, I don't know why. Probably because I don't need to. I haven't been by there in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, does that place look wonderful?
I thought about that the other day. I haven't been by there in a while. Happened to be driving by. I'm like, whoa, JI looking good.
Losing students and can't teach them nothing. But goddamn, does it look good? We got to change that system.
Yeah.
So all these bonds and millages that are out there aren't to educate kids. It's to attract them to the schools with the school of choice. Northwest Public Schools has a prime billboard on 94 at West Ave. It's been there for a year or two. All right. The Jackson GOP, or the Friends of Jackson GOP, paid for that Trump billboard at 90.
But still, it's
what else? What could you do with that $3,600 a month to help educate kids?
A lot of things, I assume. I mean,
yeah, I don't know, man. That system needs to change. People are tired of millages. Are we broke, Kevin? Or
we were broke for a second, but we're good.
All right.
I was just double checking.
We're not.
Straight. We're good.
Our mouths are matching the. See, I can tell.
I haven't gotten that far. Well, we're going to be a little bit off from what you're seeing, but
you know what? We've had streams before where it wasn't like that. It's really weird to me.
Yeah, well,
is that where?
We're live right now, and it looks like we're matching up.
Okay, whatever. We'll keep going. So millages and bonds, man, people are sick of it. You know, here in Jackson County, we're up against the jail millage just in order to operate.
Yeah.
And then we're up against a library millage. Everybody wants to support libraries, but enough is enough. I think the library's screwed.
I mean, I see that they just rebuilt a library.
Jackson College wants a millage.
Why?
No fucking way.
They're going to get it.
I don't know. I'm not certain about that. My feeling is I'm worried about the jail millage. People are voting no on this stuff.
Yeah, that jail millage is important, and
I supported it.
I was a big advocate of it when we had the sheriff on originally, and then it got voted down, and then everything went back through, and they reset it up, and they put it back on the ballot. And guys, if they don't pass it, operation of that jail is going to be.
Blackman's got a millage for the public safety.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now, if it fails, which it doesn't sound like it's gonna, Blackman's always been supportive of that. But if it were to fail, I guess that wouldn't affect Leone. We share a police fire department with them because we pay.
Right.
We pay, but that's worrisome.
No, exceptionally worrisome.
So. Yeah, I don't know. The county commission's got some tough choices to make here. If the sheriff's millage fails, there's some money laying around though that they don't want to touch in the reserve, and a lot of people saying, I don't know, you may have to pull it out of the reserve for another year or something. Maybe that's what the emergency money's for. So I hear myself in there. And
yeah. I'm just making sure we were matching up. We're doing good.
All right, I hope so.
We're doing good.
The library.
Library, yes.
Kevin, maybe I'm a crazy person.
Well,
my opponents for Leone Township trustee are trying to paint me as a crazy person.
Yes.
But I thought of something about the libraries. All right. Every community has a school.
Right.
Most communities have a public library. Why can't we combo those together? I know schools get nervous by letting general public in and out, and things like that. But, in their way that we could have combine those. And then you also got to be careful what books you put in the high schools compared to a public library.
Right.
But you can have sections. Isn't there a way that we can combine resources so things don't cost us so much money?
I'm thinking when I was in high school, how many times did I go to our actual library?
The school library or the public library?
The school library.
No, I don't know. As a kid, I didn't have the internet.
My junior and senior year, maybe twice.
The internet was embedded?
Yeah, ish. It wasn't as popular.
No, you had to use a disc and stuff.
Yeah, well, see, we weren't quite that old school yet, but we we could still, but I never went to a freaking library.
No, libraries were very the school library and in the public. As a young man, I used to go to the public one, but you could rent albums.
Yeah, you can rent movies now.
I used to rent albums at the public library and go home and rock.
You can't rent CDs
because my mom or whatever went and buy me the sweet album that I want.
Yeah,
so I'd rock out for a week on an album. And there wasn't no internet, so your research had to be from the school library or public library. Now we got the internet. Now they claim that what's so important about public libraries now is that there's internet access.
Yeah.
And I know a person has no internet and uses the library for internet access.
All
right. But that's rare. You can go to any coffee shop and get the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, pretty much any business. You go to McDonald's to get a Wi-Fi.
You walk in this building, have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want. So I don't know. I voted no. I voted no on the library.
I voted no on the library.
Yeah, I think they're in big trouble. I'll tell you what, they did a presentation at the township, at the Leone Township meeting, and then I've seen it since. So they got the pie graph of how they spend their money, and I think it was 53 or 54% of the money from the millage goes to payroll. Kevin, if you're running a business and your payroll costs exceed 50%, you're out of business.
Yeah, you're not doing well.
No. 30% max.
Yeah,
we need to start running these operations.
19% is what I always shot for when I was.
What the hell's a librarian make nowadays?
Apparently good money.
Apparently that and some sweet bennies. Yeah. Well, they got pensions down there or something?
Sure
I don't know.
I'm sure a couple
pensions
of
are hard to find. When I seen that, I tell you what, that was a turnoff to me. I was like, you're top heavy.
Yeah.
You're freaking top heavy.
Yeah, there's things that could be definitely some fat that could be trimmed.
Yeah, I think.
Like what?
Now,
how many librarians do you need?
Some conservative groups within Jackson County started to use the Jackson District Library downtown. By the way, that's a sweet old building.
It is a cool building.
And they have a community meeting room downstairs. They have a couple of them, but they have a nice big one down there with a PA and all that,
Yeah, it's really nice.
And so just out of, hey, let's start using our library since we're paying, they started doing events down there.
Yeah.
And you know what, Kevin? I walk in there. I hadn't been in that library in 20 years. I don't even remember. There's employees everywhere.
Sorry, I'm just not trusting it, so I have to keep checking it.
There was people everywhere. I don't know. Maybe it was necessary, but it seemed like it was well staffed.
Yeah, no. Last time I can't remember. I went there. I had to print something off. I didn't have a printer, and I went in there. And
is that like a nickel a copy or something?
I don't remember. I think it's 10 cents. Yeah. But I go in there, and I think I definitely saw more employees than I saw patrons.
Almost spit out my water, but of course you did.
No. I mean, it was like everyone there was very helpful.
They are. They're very friendly.
They're very friendly.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anybody else doing anything. I was giving them a dime for a copy.
Not many communities in Jackson don't have a public library.
I'm trying to think anywhere that does.
I thought of another one. You've got a transportation system in Jackson County that has empty buses on it all the freaking time.
Right.
They also, the Jackson Transit Authority, has those little minivans that they run around sick people to doctor's appointments.
By the way,
you use that?
I was using it, and then they told me I couldn't use it no more.
Why?
They were too busy.
They're too busy?
That's what they told me.
To help a gimp out?
Yeah. Couldn't give me too many doctor's appointments anymore.
The MS don't count, huh?
I don't know, but
yeah, you told me you were going to use it.
They called
your truck was broke at the time.
They canceled a ride, and that's all right. That's fine. And then I called them again, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't have the resources."
So you're screwed. You had a hitchhike there.
I figured it out, but
yeah.
No.
Yeah, he called me. I know you were working.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Here's my thing, and I know communities have to pay to have bus access to your community,
right?
And most don't; they can't afford it. But can we figure something out to where we close maybe half the branches and then free bus rides to the libraries? Let's say you're in Hanover Township.
Yeah.
There's no library. Hey, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we provide transportation to the nearest public library for you. To me, I don't know. It seems like that'd be cheaper than running a whole building.
Or I don't know. Cut down your hours at the Hanover library to Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And I don't know what their hours are in these.
I'm sure it's 9 to 5, 7 days a week.
Maybe not 7, but probably
I bet you it's 7.
Oh my God! I'm just saying something's got to give.
Yeah, something's got to
give. They probably, to me, and I know someone on the library board. I've known him for years. To me, they really should have had a finger on the pulse of the community better. And when they were going to ask for money, it's a renewal, by the way,
right?
Just a rubber stamp renewal.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an increase in that or not. How the hell can you operate without increasing operation? But I don't know. To me, if you had a finger on the pulse of the community, you'd say, you know what, guys, this millage ain't going to pass. We might need to scale this back a little bit. But instead, they went for the gusto. That's what they always did. That's what they did with the jail.
Yeah.
The first time they hit for the bleachers, and people tell them to jump off a building, and then the second time they scaled it back, and they told him, you went too deep. They probably should have went with the second one first.
Yeah, but it's easier to pull it back than it is to ask for more. So if the first one would have failed, if it was smaller, you're like, well, we actually need this and put more on it. It's definitely going to fail.
Yeah, I don't know. People are just millaged out.
Yeah.
I even have a friend that's a pretty good Democrat put on Facebook. I didn't know there was a library millage. Maybe I missed the signs with all the Trump signs that are out. And I said, I don't know a Republican one voting for that library, except for the one I know that's on the library board. And sorry, I voted no. I'm sad that something huge is going to have to happen with the Jackson Public Libraries, but it is what it is.
Well, I think we're in that era of the world where with the internet so prevalently available, like for example, one of the streams I do where I'm just reading a book. I didn't go to the library. I downloaded the book off the internet.
Right. It all boils down to people without internet access. You know that Barack Obama, when he was president, he promised internet access for all. No matter where you are, and it's still not here.
Yeah.
Well, then again, you got to pay. Do I want to pay for everybody's internet access? I know I got to pay mine $50 a month.
Well, like in Ann Arbor, where
I prefer to have it for free, but I don't want the government to pay for it.
Where Sarah's mom lived, they had like widespread internet access.
I'm sure they did.
Garbage.
They had, she lived outside of Ann Arbor. They had garbage service, internet, on and on and on. Property taxes were sky high. And then them liberals and Democrats that lived over there didn't care.
No.
They didn't care. I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
No, I'm the same way.
I'm like, if I can't afford it, I ain't getting it, and I'll live. So you prioritize.
Yeah, I'll go to McDonald's and get Wi-Fi if I have to.
Yeah, you prioritize. There's things I go without to have internet access in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy everything I want by far. I tell you what, today I wanted to give, $50 to the Andy Fink for Supreme Court, right? He had an email, hey guys, I still need a little help. I want to give $50. I give to candidates.
Yeah.
I have a budget. Mrs. Russ ain't down with it. And I thought about it. I go, you know what? I'm a little tight. I don't have the 50 right now. I got to pay my internet.
Yeah, I got to pay my internet. How else would you have seen the post or the email from him if you would have had the internet?
If I didn't have that, I was up here in Trump Tower. They got the Wi-Fi. They got a good Wi-Fi up here.
Yeah, I mean, I have an issue.
Better than what we had downstairs.
I think I fixed that though.
All right.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
By the way, we are we're pumming right along with nothing but bullshit today.
Yeah, we've just bullshit. We're an hour in.
Trump Tower. Tomorrow is the last day Now, we will have we have staff up here today till 6. We'll have staff up here tomorrow till 8 o'clock. If you have any problems at the polling places or questions, or you still want to pick up literature, or you want to pick up some Mike Rogers signs or Kathy Schmaltz signs, a little late in the game, but we got them. We you know what? Scott McGraw, the Trump Force 47 regional director guy that I've been working with for 5 months, found me about 30 Trump signs.
Hey.
You can come up here. I'll give you a Trump sign. And then sweet hats, sweet Trump hats.
I want to grab one on my way
Almost
out.
Like this. It's a little different. It says Trump Captain something on it, but sweet Trump hats. So, yeah, you can come down here to the Commonwealth Center, downtown Jackson. I don't know. I think it's 209 East Washington.
Somewhere.
I tell you what, while you're at the MAGA rally that started 12 minutes ago, you can pop up here and get yourself a free Trump sign.
Actually,
or get yourself
I'm going to check on that.
You can get yourself a free Trump sign and then go to the MAGA rally. It's right here on the corner that Kevin's going to look out the window and see. There better be someone out there. If there isn't, just say there is.
Oh, yeah, there's thousands.
No, I know there ain't thousands. Yeah, they're out there, though. They always are. I think they're giving away some free Trump signs while you come up to the traffic light.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of traffic out there.
Well, of course, there's a lot of traffic at Cooper and East Washington. That's why we do them there.
I'm trying to be optimistic here.
So it just started 12 minutes ago. People drive by and then they pull in and kind of join us and all that.
Yeah.
The rain today. They're worried about voter turnout tomorrow because of weather.
Don't we vote inside?
I know, but sometimes we waited outside. It's going to make it. Oh, cousin Mike lives in the Concord, right?
Yes.
I don't know. How did it come up? Something come up about him voting and, oh, no, he had door knockers at his house. And he says, one way to get political door knockers not to mess with you is to be out front with a pellet gun shooting the squirrel. And so I says,
I'm still knocking.
You
ain't gonna shoot me.
I said, son, hey, if you vote, they stop knocking on your door. And I says the app they have only directs them people who haven't voted yet. I said, we only knock doors on the losers that haven't voted yet. And he goes, oh, I'm a loser because I'm not voting. I'm voting on election day. I go, no, you're a loser because you're my cousin.
There's lots of reasons.
In the political world, we call them low propensity voters.
Low propensity voters.
And but then, anyways, he said that him and his dad will be voting on election day in Concord because, their voting site was Ferguson Road or Parnell Road. It's a little bit of a drive. Them Concord people don't like to come to the Jackson.
No, I don't blame them.
They hate Jackson. Now, I don't know.
And see, I don't like going to Concord. So
I don't know. Have you ever had a pizza at the what's that bar there? The Cadet?
Yes.
Not too bad. They look at you funny though when you walk in that.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
They're like, who's that old boy there?
You're not from around here, are you, boy?
Who are you? I'm just here for a pizza. Only beer we got is Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I'm okay with that.
I'm down with Pabst.
Dude, I tell people all the time. I'm like, don't knock on Pabst. Like,
no,
Pabst,
I don't drink it no more, but it's a great beer.
That's a good full flavor beer.
It is, and it's got that flowery, hoppy taste to it.
Yeah, and you will get messed up if you.
PBRs will mess you up. Add a little Fireball to that.
10 of them. Oh,
shit!
Geez. I bought Fireball the other day. That was a terrible choice.
Don't leave the Carp Carnival on your pontoon after drinking too many PBRs and Fireball.
Yeah, and don't.
Bad idea. Yeah, but you know what? You can't keep your boat there overnight.
I'd say, and yeah. So now you have to drive. That's even worse.
You got to find a DD. You're going to find a DD to drive our. Some people have 60,000 and above pontoons.
Yeah.
You can't just have any old yo drive your pontoon.
No. We've learned that.
That has been the suggestion. It's different to have some guy drive your car home.
Yeah, a car's a car.
Just to randomly pick a person. You can't do it.
No, to be able to navigate the lake and then navigate your
dock.
Don't
hit a stump. My dock?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You ever drive a boat in my neck of the woods? Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Dennis Kurtz school of pontoon driving 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
You had to. Yeah. It's like a rental. There's somebody renting a pontoon now. We got those Airbnbs out there now.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody renting a pontoon rental. I'm like, man, not on Center Lake. Don't cut. You can't cut people loose on a nice pontoon that's never been on that lake or
no, that's
never. Wait,
That's how you share a pin.
Maybe not even driven a pontoon before.
Yeah, most of them haven't.
That's my point. Boy, I got in the weeds on that one. I didn't, but anyways, PBR.
PBR.
When I owned the bar, my theory on that. It's against law, so I never did it. I'm like, you know what? You buy a keg of PBR, put it on the tap, and then you change the tap handle to McThirsty's Pub Homebrew.
Yeah.
Right? You know how what's the homemade beers called?
Oh, the craft beers.
Craft beers.
Yeah.
McThirsty's craft beer. Call it something. Make it a girly name or something.
Yeah.
And that's our own craft beer. I think people would buy. We'd sell 3 kegs a week.
You know what's funny is that,
but I couldn't do it.
We wanted to do that when
it's that good of a beer.
When I was managing over in Chelsea at that ice skate rink restaurant, we were looking to do our own Arctic Breakaway beer, and I was looking at research on how to do it. You just contact your normal distributor.
Oh.
Your normal distributor will slap whatever sticker you want.
I don't think they can flap a sticker of a marketed beer. They'd have.
I think that they probably have specific beers.
They probably have breweries give them a craft beer, and then you put whatever label you want on it.
The brewery also.
Pabst Blue Ribbon probably would not be happy if you sold their product under a different name.
I'm not positive on what it. I'm assuming there's certain beers they can use. It might be a brewed beer.
I honestly think Pabst is so good under that scenario I just mentioned that girls would buy it more than men. It's got that flavor to it.
Yeah, that sweetness.
But then you'd have some drunk bitches.
Oh God. Well, it's not always bad, but
man,
I don't know. Better than serving Hennessy.
I tell you, issues of owning a Jackson bar. Some of the girl stories are.
I've been
horrendous.
I've been hit by one man in my 20 years in the bar. One man.
One of them tried to disarm you.
Yeah. But I've been hit by probably 30 women. They're sneaky. Right in the eyeball.
Oh man.
Yeah. Then she tried to disarm me. That was a fun one. Dumb bitch.
Tried to disarm you. Oh man.
That's illegal. You're just gonna reach for someone's gun. She almost got shot. It was bad.
It's not good, man. People don't miss that.
No, I don't miss it one bit.
No.
Because now I just hide up in my perch.
Yeah,
and I just sounds like a Bruce issue.
No, glad that's over. Yeah, it was a great experience.
No, it taught us a lot.
Yeah, I know. I've been through worse things too.
I've always said it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah, that's right. Made a few good friends and lost a few.
Yeah.
That
happened. That was real life.
Yeah. Were we talking about anything important?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We kind of just
the library.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I voted no.
I voted no too.
The college. I don't know. Pay your tuition. I don't get it.
Yeah, I voted no.
I'm a Jackson College alumni.
Yeah. I went there multiple times.
I'm an alumni. I get it. I mean, I encourage community college and things like that. That's really the heart of America.
Yeah. Well, it's not a community college anymore.
No, it's a real college.
It's a real college. I don't know what that means.
It's because of the housing, or do they have some special they teach?
When I was there, it had housing. It was still a community college.
That housing is quite impressive out there.
It's nice.
It's pretty cool.
It's nice. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, we have a campus, campus housing.
Yeah.
Do you think they got frat parties and shit?
Yeah, I've been to a couple.
Now, the frats are off campus.
Yeah, they're not frats. They're just college parties.
So, is there a house nearby? Do you think of that might have college students in it where they're
a couple in
doing the toga parties and stuff?
A couple in Vandercook.
Yeah,
back in my day.
Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah,
good place for that in Vandercook.
Yeah. So millages. I mean, I think people are millaged out.
They're millaged out. Y'all better. The center school one passed during the primary. Schools it in on us on August. Everybody hates that. Even worse than that, if you squeeze a millage in on us on May, it's so shady. Schools tend to do that.
Yeah, they're good at it.
But Center's been supportive. Center people have been supportive for the students, and they're not as bad as Northwest and Jackson Public.
For years, we never had to have a millage. That was why.
I know it. We lost boy Brady Cook. People love Brady Cook though.
Yeah. No, Brady Cook's a good guy. I mean, he was just a principal when I was around, but I liked him.
Yeah. No complaints on Brady Cook that I've ever heard. So we're lucky we live where we live. I think East Jackson's pretty solid too. that Bontrager out there in Northwest, all he is a glorified salesman.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the same thing with the Jackson Public School superintendent, everybody, Jeff Beal.
Yeah, Jeff Beal.
He's just a glorified salesman. There's no, that's what they do. That's why they have billboards on 94. All right, couple announcements. You know what? My announcements are way less because we're almost done with this whole campaign thing. It's been so long.
Yeah. Oh, before we get there, speaking of, so our last day technically up here in the Trump Towers is tomorrow. Are we broadcasting from here next week?
We can broadcast here till the end of the month.
Okay.
Now I got to say, wait. All right. November 15th, we have our last event up here. It's our county convention. The Trump team will be gone this Friday. Mm-hmm. So it'll just be what we want to use it for. Unless I could get Jimmy to wait, the backdrop will be gone.
Okay.
So, maybe Jimmy. So my goal here is to clear out the Jackson GOP office on the main floor of the Commonwealth building, and clear it out, get stuff up to our storage so we can put this backdrop up in there. So we may be downstairs by the end of the month. We can stay up here until the end of the month.
That's just logistics from our standpoint anyway. Like they don't even know.
You guys don't know. Yeah.
They don't know.
And then if we don't have the backdrop, you put your green screen up and whatever. You've done good green screens in the past.
Yeah, I've got a better green screen program now.
Yeah. So anyways, we will be downstairs. So that brings up part of announcements. So Jackson GOP volunteers are up here through tomorrow till 8 o'clock. And then we go back downstairs for office hours.
Okay.
Starting Wednesday. And so our hours moving forward will be at Suite 162, I think it is, on the main floor of Commonwealth Building. It'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Mm-hmm. I think the weekday hours are 2 to 5. Mm-hmm. And the weekend hours are going to be like 10 to 1 or 10 to 2 or 9 to 2, something like that. And that's because me and our secretary, Vanessa Mulnix, are going to work Saturdays.
Nice.
Access to people running the show.
Right.
So, back to normal.
Yeah, as normal as it can be.
I've had a great time up here in Trump Tower.
Oh, yeah.
The regional director, Scott McGraw, has been great to work with. Sometimes we don't always get along. He is a different kind of Republican than I am. But I've learned a lot from him. I'm sure he's learned a few things from me. He's been 30 years in this game, and so he's worth listening to. And he's been very accommodating. The RNC, the Trump campaign, Michigan GOP, allowing us to use this for our podcast.
Yeah.
For GOP meetings, events. We've had Ben Carson up here. We've had Governor Burgum from North Dakota up here. And, all kinds of, it's been a fun 4-month ride. It really has. But I'm tired and I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah, I mean, after election season, it's maybe time to rest. But then we got to get right back on the pony.
I tell the volunteers and people that I'm going to give them a couple months. And after that, man, December 6th, there is a religious coalition. I wish I knew the name of it. I shouldn't call it that, but some sort of Christian coalition that State Rep Jim DeSanta belongs to. He's from the Downriver area.
Right.
But he's coming over here to Jackson for a forum or whatever to discuss moving forward and like maybe finding candidates for governor and House seats coming up. That'll be here in Jackson. And then I got smart when the Grand New Party says, hey, let's do the Christmas party again in Jackson. I think we're going to do the Grand New Party Christmas party in Jackson every year. And I go, let's do it on the 6th. So all those people that coalition is inviting, then we'll come over. Yeah, it's my promotion. But I'll tell you, I tried to do it at the Chase. We had a great time at the Chase last year.
Yeah. The Fozzies is nice.
The girl down there double booked us.
Yeah, well,
she booked us, and then she had to text me after we were getting things in gear. Oops, I double booked. So it's going to be at Fozzie's at the Enchanted Fortress.
And that's a nice little venue.
I like it. That's near home.
Yeah.
My homeboys will be out there and stuff.
It's real close to my home.
Yeah, it is.
Right up to the street.
Yeah.
The gauntlet, but
we're renting. We're going to try to utilize the dining room so that we have a home base and got our own food. Right. But I don't want the banquet room because I want the grand new party people that are at this party like to have a good time. Yeah. I want them to be able to go out in the bar area and enjoy It's a DJ that night. No
get a little rowdy.
And then I won't tell you where we went on this stream after the Christmas party at the Chiefs last year, but we plan on doing the same thing this year.
Well,
I've got free passes and everything.
I also have passes.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Well, it's always good to know somebody.
So that's the 6th, Friday the 6th. Yeah. Oh, what else? Okay.
What you got?
Gosh darn. Talked about the hours, jxngop.org for all the information you need. You know what, guys? Give me until the end of the week to make sure the website is fully updated. There's going to be a lot of changes, things taken off, right. and Anson's got to find time for that. But you can still find out most of the information that you need on jxngop.org. By the way, nonpartisan voter guide is on jxngop.org. It'll be there through tomorrow. That is very important. It gives you conservative candidates for many of the school boards in Jackson. It gives you judges. And then Supreme Court. By the way, Andy Fink and Judge O'Grady for Michigan Supreme Court. But that is all on the nonpartisan voter guide, and you can take that right in the booth with you. But we got them right up here in a hard copy. Or you go to jxngop.org, check that out. You know what we keep forgetting about?
What's that?
Mock, Fence, and More.
Yeah. I have an ad somewhere.
It's in the beginning.
Yeah, it's in our intro.
So, I don't know. I sold a fence deal up to St. John's that Robbie in the crew put in, I think, Saturday.
Nice.
I don't care where it's at. We go anywhere. And then guess what? I got a call. Some person, their insurance company is requiring them to put a new roof on their shed.
Really?
Well, come to find out, this is a popular thing that these shitty insurance companies are doing for your homeowner's insurance. So we put a roof on a shed.
Huh.
It was only a few $100.
Right.
So anyways, if your insurance companies tell you to put a new roof on your shed, call Mock, Fence, and More. Robbie and the guys will come up there. They'll whip it up in like two hours.
Huh.
Make the insurance company happy. We don't want roofing jobs, but I mean, come on.
On a shed.
Or a shed. And I'll tell you what, Robbie will do a roofing job probably. Yeah, I mean,
if the money's right, I'm sure he will.
We're working on a concrete job.
Oh.
This lady messaged me, hey, can you widen these steps in front of my house? Well, I call Robbie on and he goes, yeah, sure, I got a concrete guy. So anyways, we can do a small concrete work and stuff, but it's mostly fences. Any kind of fence. It doesn't matter what kind. Any kind. No job too big, no job too small. We do gates. We've had people call, hey, can you put a gate in here? Robbie come out there, makes the gates. He makes the gates.
Well, you probably have to.
You don't buy them at the Home Depot. He makes them.
Hell yeah.
In every wood privacy fence, he makes on site. They're not panels.
There you go.
Him and the guys up there doing the thing. So, you know what I do when they do that? Nothing.
Collect a paycheck.
Sometimes I go out there and mess with the guys.
And just point and stuff.
Grab the thingy and dig some post holes with my all Trumpied out.
It's like when Trump was driving the garbage truck.
I love it.
He was there driving the garbage truck.
You know what?
Then he's on the garbage
I almost asked
awesome.
Alex from time. A1 to bring the garbage trucks out here to this MAGA rally on the corner.
He would have.
I don't know if he would have or not.
I think he would have.
Only thing is, too, he's probably picking up garbage at this time, too.
I don't know.
But I almost didn't, and I didn't. You got to be careful when you're in business like that. But, yeah, I needed a garbage truck out there.
But again, I laughed so hard when I saw the coverage of that. And it was just such
Trump rocks it when
classic Trump, like pure Trump, when he's just like, he's like, I couldn't get up in the garbage truck, but then I just made it work because people were watching. And then he's like, I want my suit back on. And then I decided, no, I want to wear the traffic code.
Then he did it at the rally. And by the way,
at the rally.
Did you notice that he jumped up in that garbage truck pretty good for a 77 or 78-year-old man?
Well, if you watch his speech during the rally, he talked about, he's like, this is really tall. I don't know if I can make it. He goes, but there was people watching, so I made it work.
Most men that age would not be able to hop up in that garbage truck.
I don't think I'd make it.
Well, you walk with a stick.
Yeah.
I could. It'd be
garbage trucks are tall.
Garbage trucks are tall.
Garbage trucks are tall.
That's a nice garbage truck, though.
That was really nice.
It was a nice one. They got a brand new one out for him.
Yeah, they were going to get the stinky one for him.
Trump called the truck company, said, bring us a new garbage truck today. Wrote a check.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, anyways, Kathy Schmaltz for state rep. We don't need this Dan Mahoney as our state representative.
No.
We can't. Can't do it. So
you're
Kathy
a woman
Schmaltz,
that votes for him.
We'll leave him. He can stay the city of Jackson mayor.
You know that I invited him on the podcast, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. I did again, though. I posted.
No. Did he answer you?
Nope.
No. And then Mike Rogers for U.S. Senate. And then this is a big one, guys. You're going to run into the Michigan Supreme Court section. It's nonpartisan. The candidates you want for that are Fink and O'Grady. It says select 2. Fink and O'Grady. Those are the ones. And then, guess what? Since we have time now, we're not campaigning. The Jackson GOP still sells wine.
Really?
Yeah, Republican red wine. There's like, I don't know, 12 different wines you can choose from. And you go to jxngop.org/wine, or just find it on jxngop.org.
Yeah.
In the wine page will come up. You order it. This wine company sends you the wine, and then we get a cut. It's a fundraiser.
Oh, there you go.
And you know what? The people that have bought the wine say it's quite yummy.
I've heard that, actually. I've heard that.
It's kind of one or two bottles kind of high end.
Oh, well, fancy wine.
But I think even the low end one's like $25.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, that's all I got, man.
Guys,
get through
tomorrow, election day. Make sure you go and vote if you haven't already. But I will be live probably around 5 or 6 o'clock, live on this channel, and I will be live until we have at least a presumed winner.
All right, Kevin. And so that's big shit. I'm glad you're doing it.
I am.
Are you going to put up a cool green screen that?
Yeah, I'm going to do something.
It's going to be
fun. It's going to be, and I'm going to cover a lot of the as the polls start coming in.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I'm going to cover a lot of old political stuff.
Put the Fox News charts up and all.
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a good time. So that'll be. I'm going to say 6 o'clock until we have a presumed winner. That could mean the winner could be long out. We don't know.
So I'm not going to be on that stream with you. I have a whole lot to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 7 is the Kathy Schmaltz victory party, hopeful victory party here in town. I got to be at that. And then the Trump Force 47 people for this region is doing their party in Chelsea at the Jets Pizza tomorrow starting at 7. So I'm going to go to Kathy Schmaltz. And I say an hour, but it'll be an hour and a half. I know it will be. It might be 2.
Who knows?
And then we're going to head to Chelsea, stop by there, eat some free pizza. I guess they're going to put some sushi out there.
Yeah, they have sushi. They have really good craft beers there too. I know you're not a craft beer.
You know what? That's the one of. I think the only Jets Pizza in the state or the country that sells alcohol.
I think it's the only one I know of.
Yeah, it's got a side room off that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's its own brewery.
Jets Pizza. That's on North Main Street in Chelsea. I don't know the address. Just drive down through Chelsea and you'll see it.
Yeah.
So everybody's welcome to that. But I'm hitting that, and then I'm going to the Michigan GOP huge party, victory party, in Novi at the Suburban Showcase thing there, the big hall there in Novi.
Yeah.
So my point here, bringing that up, I am going to try to chime in during the stream. Maybe I'll do it at all 3. I'll try at Kathy Schmaltz, and then
I'll give you the all the information so you can chime in video if you'd like,
yeah.
Or I'll give you my the Google number for the show so you can just call in as well.
So I will chime in best I can at all 3 events, and we'll talk. And so I'm going to be remote, and you're going to be in.
I'll be at the birthplace of the Grandma's Boy podcast. Actually,
you will be in the Grandma Boy podcast studio.
Yeah, yes, the
but
original.
Streaming on Stick the Plan.
Yep, streaming on the Stick the Plan channel. But you can the Grandma's Boy podcast channel will also have that. It always shows it as well. So I'm going to say 6 o'clock, and that will be the goal probably until very, very late.
You know what? Instead of watching Fox or any of those news, just watch Stick the Plan podcast for your election night information. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows who's going to show up? There's like dogs and stuff there.
I know. It's a cute dog.
Yeah.
He's hairy.
And of course, there's there'll be grandma's dogs, but there will be also.
Oh, so are you going to do it from house sitting?
Yeah, I do it. I'm doing it from the birthplace of the Grandma's Boy podcast.
Oh, that's right. You didn't start at your place.
No,
you started there.
I'm not doing it in the shack. I'm doing it in the house because the internet's better. But
I forgot about that, Kevin.
So there will also be ways to, if you guys would like to donate to the show, that will also be a free Feed Freya event where every donation, no matter how big or how small, pup gets a treat. So.
Oh, puppies like treats.
Yeah, puppies love treats. So that's all I've got. Just
Big
tomorrow,
stream.
6 o'clock.
Big stream tomorrow. I assume
marathon.
we'll be here next Monday. I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'm tired. So there might not be a stream next Monday.
Yeah, I'd be so okay with that.
You know what? There won't be a stream next Monday.
You know what? Next Monday is my birthday anyway.
You don't want to do a stream on your birthday?
No, not really.
All right. No, let's not do a stream next Monday. I want to tell you why. We got a lot of shit to do. We got to move downstairs the other thing and this and that. And
yeah.
I'm tired. So no stream, but we will be back the following Monday and we'll talk about elections.
Yeah, we'll either that or
I'll be a trustee on the township board.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting time.
Yeah.
Or not. We'll talk about that.
And like I said, if this, the stream tomorrow is all based on if certain people win, I may be the last voice you ever hear.
Kevin,
I'm okay with
get
that.
on the Jackson County Clerk's website, and you can get pretty good local and nationwide election results as she gets them.
Okay.
So, like the township elections, you'll get them the quickest from her. You Channel 6, Channel 10, you ain't gonna get them in time.
Yeah.
But that's continually updated.
Okay, I will, and I'll probably have a ticker going for those.
All right.
Well, is there anything else?
No, let's get out.
All right, guys, vote.
I'm gonna go down the rally, mega rally for a little while before I have to go to Quincy.
All right.
All right. See
Awesome. Well, yep. Go vote, guys, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Taking next week off.
Trump.
Yep. Vote Trump.
Trump.
All right.
Yeah, Trump.